in the womb, and then built my way up, basically, and kind of showed, you know, how sacred geometry plays a very pivotal role from the day we're conceived, you know, from a dodecahedron to an icosahedron, you know, and what these shapes actually mean and the power behind why our ancestors used them, you know. So we got into a lot of that, you know, in reference to illustrious illumination. And then with prophetic remedies and celestial divinity, you know, we got more into, you know, the cosmos, and then tied it directly into the body, you know. So we tapped in and basically, you know, showcase how certain parts of the body acquiesce to, you know, celestial intel, and, you know, how the brain is a crystal and it's a transducer, and, you know, by putting it under a level of stress, it has that piezoelectric effect. When you compress it, you know, it generates a charge to allow you to acquiesce to a higher level of information. So, you know, it was a lot that we covered. You know, this lecture here that we're getting ready to tap into is, you know, basically all of the pretty much combined to basically give you an up-to-date reference, and then also to give you again a more cosmic perspective of what's going to take place, you know, in the next few months, and also how to physically, you know, apply yourself and get in position to allow yourself to really adhere to a lot of, you know, downloads that are coming through. But again, for those who follow me, they know I speak from a very scientific lens. So, you know, like I said, certain words, make sure you write them down. You know, I'll go over them. I'll open the floor for questions. You know, don't be shy. Don't be hesitant. If you do got a question, you know, any question is a good question. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people in the building, you know, that may not be too familiar with some of the information, but a lot of them are too at the same time. You know, we got a lot of geniuses in the building. If not everybody in this building is a genius. So you guys pulled up for a reason. Everything is a divine timing, and yeah, we're gonna make it happen. So first and foremost though, you know, when I was putting this lecture together, you know, I got about 30 plus slides. So you know, what I wanted to do is really hone in on the information. For those who follow me, they know I present a lot of receipts. You know, I do it on a daily basis when I demonstrate these algorithms. And what I wanted to showcase here is basically every lecture that we had, the last three, solar flare took off the next day. You know, so we had a lecture, you know, of course, on March 18th, and solar flare took off on the 20th. We had a lecture on April 30th, and also a solar flare took off on the next day. That article was released May 2nd. And then, you know, of course, we had a lecture May 28th, and then 2 days later, a solar flare took off. So, you know, again, I always speak about the fact that it's important to really apply science with spirituality, you know, because that's how you can have some of these events take place, because it's literally a paradigm shift. And this is what we're going to speak about in this lecture, in reference to, again, really biologically acquiescing to a more celestial version of who you represent simultaneously as you are watching this video, you know. So those are a couple of the receipts. And again, we're about 30 something slides deep. So